It's that time again for another not-so-normal gaming podcast, featuring your hosts, MrTechnoSqueek.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Nostalgic Dan 1.
Everything I feel is in this sword. Good.
Come on!
And Quick Freeze 4.
Don't worry. I'll handle the bad guys.
This is a podcast you want to listen to, but first, you gotta press start. Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of the Press Start Podcast. We did it. We are episode 100 for you guys. I am Quick Freeze 4, one of your fabulous co-hosts on this wonderful podcast. And I am joined by one very, very sick gentleman, Mr. TechnoSqueek. How are you, man, besides being sick?
Good, I guess.
That's not very enthusiastic, man.
Well, I'm sick, for God's sakes.
Alright, well, you're excused, I suppose. And our wonderful other co-host, Dan, Nostalgic Dan 1. How are you?
I'm doing swell, guys.
Swell. There's that wonderful word again, swell. And we get episode 100, you guys. And my thing still says offline.
That's Twitch. It goes offline, online, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
All that matters is my XSplit saying streaming live on Twitch.
Yay! Everyone celebrate.
Yay, Twitch.
Yay, Twitch
Google
and
integration.
Google. Yay.
Hooray.
Dude, I swear it's all Google's fault.
It really is. They're taking over their control to screw over everything. Like, absolutely everything. As if you guys haven't heard, Google, well, a while back they bought Twitch TV. And everyone was wondering, like, oh, how is Google, going to change Twitch if they are, or how are they going to, integrate stuff into it?
They've already fucked it up.
Well, basically they implemented the same content ID program that they have on YouTube, which, like, tracks audio. So, like, it's not mainly for live streams, but it's for, like, they call it VODs, like, videos on demand, and it's, like, your past broadcasts. So, like, if any of your past broadcasts, which they changed that, too. You can't keep broadcasts anymore forever like it used to be. It's only, like, a month, like tops. That's the longest you can keep it, whereas like you used to be able to save it forever. Or I think like if you're a Twitch partner, you can save it for like 3 months. It's pretty short. But yeah, in those kind of past broadcasts, they have the same kind of program where it tries to track like audio, and if it finds it in there, it basically mutes that part. So it actually did it too on one of Twitch's past broadcasts, like their main channel.
I heard about that.
Like it said content ID matched or something, and it's like it got muted. So it's taking over. Google's all up in Twitch now. Hooray. Yeah.
Now, how long do you think people will, switch to something else?
I mean, it depends. Like, they need something that's... Like, right now, Twitch is kind of like the end-all, be-all streaming, right? Because it's just so popular. It's huge, it's so good, it's like one of the best ones, but... Like, there's not a whole lot of options, this other thing. Like, your other options would be, like, Ustream, which isn't really for gaming. Yeah. But there's this new one that people have been talking about called Hitbox. It's called Hitbox TV. And if you go to it, it looks, like, so visually similar to Twitch. And it seems like it's gaining popularity, so that could be an alternative. It's almost like a carbon copy of Twitch, pretty much.
Is it strictly for, like,
It's strictly for gaming.
Gaming? Okay.
Yeah. And it's probably a good time for corporations to try and, like, come in and try and steal some of that traffic from people who are kind of fed up with this new system or who don't like this new system with Twitch TV. I don't know.
Yeah, it sucks.
So what have you guys been doing for, like, 2 weeks since the last episode?
In bed.
Yeah, well, I got that much, but besides that...
Playing.
What have you been playing?
Fantasy, or not fantasy. God damn it. Oh, I get
Fantasy Star.
No, not Fantasy Star. Final Fantasy 4, the complete collection.
That's my favorite.
I have that on PSP. It's really good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Well, I bought it on PSN for my Vita. And I was shocked to see how well it looked on the Vita screen. It looks like it could be released onto the Vita. If nothing was changed, it would look. If it looked the same, it would look good for the Vita. And I kind of wanted to get Final Fantasy 1 and 2, the PSP versions, but they don't have them on PSN. Oh well, I guess.
Do you like it just because of the screen's like bright and vibrant?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I downloaded Mega Man 2 on my Vita, and it looks great, like beautiful. Because just see, I always like the screen on the Vita and the PSP because just the screen is so bright. Like every time I turn it on, I'm always impressed by the screen and like just the lighting of it.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. So you finished Final Fantasy IV?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm at is I'm not that far. Okay, it's Cecil, right?
Yeah, he's yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he got turned into like a paladin or some shit. I had to face like my dark self or some shit.
Mhm.
And I have to find a boat or something.
No, okay. Yeah, you're still kind of early in the game then.
Yeah.
It's a good game though. I hope you beat it. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never played 4. I've only played 1, 9, and 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Why just those ones?
Well, 1, the reason why I played 1 was because I played a long time ago on the NES, and because that was the only one we had back in like the early 90s. And 9, I picked up 9 because I just like Black Magician. Vivi's badass. And then I bought 10 off of a friend for like $10 at like during junior high, and I played through that and I liked it.
Did you finish any of them?
I finished 10.
Okay.
I was way too young to be able to know what the hell was going on when I played 1.
Which one out of those 4? Which one's your favorite?
Out of 1, 4, and 9 and 10?
Yeah, out of those 4 ones.
I would put my money on 9.
For Vivi? Is that like your reasoning?
Well, I like it because it's old school. Like it's like Final Fantasy 1, like with it just looks kind of like what Final Fantasy 1 would look like. If it was on the PS1. And yeah, I know my fucking voice is like so like deep. I can't.
It's sexy.
Oh, good.
Oh baby, too hot for Twitch.
Too hot for Twitch.
But yeah, FF9. Like I believe the princess or whatever her name is in FF9 wears that same white mage cloak top thing that a white mage wears in FF1.
She does at the beginning, I think.
Yeah.
I think she does have like spells like a white mage though.
Yeah.
So it's been so long since I played 9. It's cool. My favorite is definitely Final Fantasy IV. I love that one. I like the whole. I always like characters that like who are evil and turn good, or characters who are good and then become evil and then turn good again. You know, I always like that like inner conflict between yourself. So yeah, like Cecil, he's like a dark knight, and then
Yeah.
he does things that he doesn't really want to do in the game. I don't want to give it away, but he does things in the game that he doesn't want to do, and he feels bad, and he ends up, like you said, Tuck. He becomes like a paladin, Yeah, I really like that game, mainly just for him though. I love his story so much, and then like the other characters in the game are just great too. So, what is it, Dan? How about you? Have you playing like Final Fantasies, like that you really like?
Yeah, one of them is Final Fantasy IV, just because I found the characters really interesting. I just love the old school style of gameplay, like that kind of traditional kind of turn-based battle system. Final Fantasy IV is really great. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy VI, or 3, whatever. 3 on the Super Nintendo, Final Fantasy VI. A little bit of that. I never finished it, though. I played some of the original. I have Final Fantasy 12. I never played it, though. And I have Final Fantasy X too. I played some of that. A little bit of 10. I played a little bit of them. It's just, I don't know. I like the newer ones. I usually lose interest. I can't help it. It's like, there's something about it. I just haven't really lost myself into one of them. I did play a lot of Final Fantasy 13, which I actually enjoyed. You know, people hate the battle system. I don't know. It was fun. It was kind of easy to play and relax, and just because it wasn't too much, you could just kind of auto battle for the most part, except for on boss fights where you have to use your paradigm shifting properly. But it just got super hard towards the end. I'm like, oh my god, this is brutal. And then I actually beat Final Fantasy 13 too, which I enjoyed as well, although it was strange to kind of have, you know, what is it, like 2 party members and then the last one's occupied by like a familiar or like...
Yeah, a monster or something like that.
You collect like monsters and can level them up or whatever and swap them in and out. That was kind of odd, but I don't know. I actually enjoyed that.
Have you tried Lightning Returns, the third one?
No. I probably will eventually though, because I do kind of enjoy 13. I just want to pick it up when it's cheap. And obviously the one I mentioned a while back, Final Fantasy Type 0, is actually really, really good for what it is as a darker action style RPG Final Fantasy game. It's actually surprisingly good.
I actually have Final Fantasy, the Lightning Returns, the third one, and I started playing it I think like a month ago, and I got overwhelmed. Like I only played for about like 2 hours, and the game like seriously overwhelmed me to the point where like I had to shut it off. I really should go back and play it, and like, because basically the whole game is it's centered like you have it's centered around where you have like so many days to like save the world, and the way you don't level up through like traditional means. Like you don't fight monsters, and you do fight monsters, but you don't gain experience, and like you don't level up that way. You level up by completing quests. You know, like people say, hey, I need you to kill 6 of these things, or I need you to deliver this, and you complete the quest, and that's how you level up. But like I said, the whole game is like, it's based on time. So like I said, you only have like so many days to, you know, save the world, and you can't do everything in the game. Like it's impossible. You can't do everything, like every single quest. But the way it was like overwhelming for me is because like the first time I played, I went through the entire first day, and I got to a point in the game where it said I could only access this area at this certain amount of time at this time. And so basically what I did is the first day I did nothing. Like I kind of just stood there around town just waiting for the time to get to the time that I needed to continue on in the story. So I wasted the entire first day doing nothing, and I was like, well shit, you know, like I think I kind of fucked up because I could be doing other things. And I went on Game FAQ to see like a walkthrough, and I found this speed walkthrough, and this thing was great, right? I was like, oh my god, this is fucking... They categorized the game like what you should do like every 15 minutes, like what you should be doing. And I was reading through this walkthrough, and the guy who wrote it, he did so much in the first day that I didn't even think was possible. Like he was going like, okay, like at 3 o'clock in the morning you should be here and doing this. At like 3:30 you should be across town be doing this. At like 4 o'clock you should be at a totally other area by taking the train and doing this. And I'm thinking, shit, well, the first time I played, I just stood around for the entire day waiting for this thing to fucking happen. So, like, I restarted my game, and I followed the walkthrough to basically down to a T. And it got to the point where, again, I was following the walkthrough, that I was behind the walkthrough by like an hour, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm freaking out. And because like the game is so like, it's, I don't know, I want to say it's like, it's not stress for time, but like I was following the walkthrough, I felt like shit, well, if I miss this thing by 15 minutes, I'm not going to have enough time to do this thing. You know, I'm not going to be able to complete everything. And I think I was like overwhelming myself. So I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't, I have to put it down. And because like one thing in like video games that really, really fucking bugs me is being timed. Like, you know, like you only have like 2 minutes to do you have 2 minutes to do this. You have 30 seconds to do you like, and Final Fantasy Lightning Returns is the entire game is like that, and I'm just like, I can't do this. Like like I was totally freaking out to the point I'm like, I don't care. I'm playing something else. I only played about 2 hours of the game. Like that's how overwhelming I felt. So people tell me I really should go back and just do it and just relax. Just play the game, relax. You'll do fine. But I'm still in that thought process. I'm like, shit, I'm not gonna have enough time to do everything. So I don't know. In a month, maybe I'll pick it up and try it again. I don't know. It's just that's my Final Fantasy Lightning Returns adventure.
I totally agree with you though. One of my biggest pet peeves is being on a time limit to beat the game. There's a couple games that do that. I know that I like the Atelier series, but the Atelier series it puts you on like a monthly basis, and like you have to beat the game before like a certain year passes or whatever. It's kind of on a time limit. It's like there is that lingering thought when you play the game the whole time, like, oh my god, what if I don't make it? That's gonna suck. Do I get the bad ending, or it's like what's gonna happen if I don't make it? It's annoying, and so I know how that feels.
Well, like I think the game that kind of like gave me that fear or that pet peeve is Pikmin for the GameCube, because like I was playing through Pikmin and that you have like so many days to collect all your ship pieces. Well, I got into like near the end and like I was missing like maybe like 5 ship pieces. So and like I was like, what do I do? Like there's no way I can get all the pieces in time, you know. And like I never finished Pikmin, but I think that game kind of started my fear. It's just like I can't do this. You cannot time me. I need to take my time and think things through. You know, don't give me like, you know, don't give me a time frame. So it's all Pikmin's fault, I swear. So. How you doing, Techno?
Well, okay. I got something to say. I started listening to this new podcast, completely unnecessary podcast from the man Pat, the NES punk. If you don't know who
I love
that
podcast.
Yeah.
They do it in just like the short video segments, and they talk about
Yeah.
topics. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, and I watched one of them that Pat went into a GameStop for the first time in like 4 years, and he saw that they were selling like the codes to the like NES and like Super Nintendo games for the Wii U's Virtual Console there, and I'm like, who in their right mind would get off their lazy ass to go get a code that they could just sit there and get it from their Wii U?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. People are dumb.
Well, not to defend GameStop in any way. I think it's more like if you're in there buying another game, it's more like those little code things. I think they're more like impulse buys, you know, like, or if you have like $5 left on your gift card, you can't buy another game, but you can buy one of those codes. You know, that's what I think it is. So, but yeah, I completely agree with you. You know, why get off your couch, go buy a code, and then come back? But I think it's more of an impulse buy, honestly. That's why they have them.
Or it could be just buying a gift. Like if someone wants to buy a gift card kind of thing and give it in an envelope, like, oh, here's the download code for Mario Brothers, you know, kind of thing.
I'd just tell someone, just buy me a damn Wii card to give me the points, and I'll buy whatever I want.
But you
or
love
do
Mario
they not
Brothers.
have those?
They do. I think they
they
totally still have like the eShop credit points and Microsoft credit, PSN credit, whatnot.
But since you brought up that podcast, I actually started listening to another podcast myself. You guys ever heard of the Cartridge Club?
I think so. I've
Okay.
never listened to them though.
Well, I've only listened to about 2 episodes so far, and basically this podcast it's a monthly podcast, and basically what they do is they play one game for a month. You know, like if they beat it in if they beat it in like 2 days, or if it takes the entire month, or if they don't beat it at all, they at least play the game sometime during the month, and then when they come onto the podcast, they that's all they talk about is that one game. They talk about the graphics, they talk about the gameplay, if they beat it or not, how long, how hard, how easy. And I started listening to them about a week ago, and one of the episodes I listened to was Mega Man X, and they had Vintage Video Game Geek on there, and the other episode I listened to was BioShock 1. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. Like I said, it's a monthly podcast, and they just talk about one game that they all agree on to play, and then on the next episode they talk about. So it's kind of cool. I actually like it. So if you're looking for any new video game podcasts to listen to, you might want to check them out. So
Very nice.
so what else have you been playing besides Final Fantasy IV?
That's it.
Really?
Oh, wait, no. There's one other game, Muramasa Rebirth. So yeah, I've only been playing my Vita, which isn't a bad thing, because, you know, people shit on the Vita all day long.
I don't know why, but
Yeah.
cool. Dan, what have you been playing?
Remember that game I talked about last week, or last couple of weeks, the Guided Fate Paradox, where you win the lottery to become God, and you fulfill people's wishes?
Yeah.
And it's aesthetically it looks like Disgaea and all that. It looks like it's running on the same engine, but it's a roguelike RPG. I've mainly been playing that, and I'm almost towards the end, actually. I think I'm about 30 plus hours in, and it seems like they keep bringing up, it's time for the final battle and all that. It's like, it's probably going to end pretty soon. But I really enjoy it. It's a really solid roguelike. I think NIS America actually did a really good job with this. It has a lot of complex kind of mechanics to it, like any NIS America game they're really known for. Usually adding a lot of different mechanics and stuff, but everything just kind of makes sense for it and it works. It's so funny, and like the items are just absolutely absurd. Some of the items you can get, like for instance, one of them is called the bike, but it's clearly the bike from Akira. So it's just like the red bike from Akira, and like your character's driving it and all that, like a silly shit like that. And you just go around. It's kind of turn-based, but it's really good. So I've been playing that and hoping to finish that. And I played a little bit of Borderlands 2, getting back into that because I wanted to revisit it after I beat the main story to kind of like play some side quests and all that. I did a side quest to get like a cursed weapon, which it's called the Bane. It's like a SMG gun. And when you equip it, you can't move, but it's like a creature living inside the gun, and it makes like annoying noises when you shoot it. So it's really funny. And then I got Moxie's vibrating gun, which like vibrates all the time you bring it out, so it's really funny. But I really enjoyed it. Borderlands 2 is just so much fun and so good, and I love the atmosphere, the setting, the characters. Everything's just so brilliant. But that's mainly the two games, honestly.
Yeah, I haven't been playing that much either. Like 2 weeks ago, I started playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project, for that Game Over kind of series I started, and I did the first episode, but I really just kept playing it like all that day, and eventually my brother came over, and he was just like, "Holy shit, what are you playing?" I told him, like, "This is Ninja Turtles." He's like, "Oh, cool, the arcade game." I'm like, "No, this is the third one that we never owned as a little kid." So him and we basically sat down and we beat the game, but we went through the entire game because like that was a game we never played before because we just didn't own it. And like I was Michelangelo because he's the best. I don't care what anyone says. And then he was Raph because he thinks he's the best, which he's wrong. So yeah, so that was fun. And the last game I played, I only played two, was Ultra Street Fighter 4. It just came out as a retail copy Tuesday, and I fucking love it. You know, like, you guys know me, I like Street Fighter 4, or Street Fighter in general, but It's great. It's just like the other Street Fighter games, but it has 5 new characters. I don't play with any of them. I just play strictly with Ryu. But one of the greatest features and this is a feature that I've been like wanting. I heard about it and I just wanted to use ever since the game came out. Was the ability to upload videos to YouTube. And the first thing I did when I got it is I just went on a random match and um, I won. And then you go into your replay settings, and I tested out the YouTube feature. Basically, what it does is it gives you a code which you got to go online and enter in the code, and that's how it recognizes. Like it gives like authorities for your Xbox, or it gives it permission to upload videos to YouTube, and the way it does it, it's weird because like after if you set it to do it, it plays through the entire match, and then it has a little red button and it says record next to it, so it's like it's recording something, and it goes through the entire match, but then it goes through the entire match again, but the second time it goes through it plays the match extremely slowly, like maybe half speed, and it just I don't know why it does that. It makes it so long. Like say like a 3-minute match, it'll record it for 3 minutes, but then on the second time it plays it through, it does the half speed thing. So this 3-minute match might take 10 minutes or whatever. It's just because it slows down. I don't know why. But then after it does the second recording thing, then it gives you the progress bar, like it's actually uploading, like 10%, 15, blah blah, all the way up to like 100%, and it gives you a time frame. That time frame usually only takes about a minute and a half. It's not too bad, but the second part where it slows it down to like almost a crawl. I don't know why it does that. It doesn't even slow down the announcer. It still says fight or Hadouken. Like it doesn't slow down the audio. It just slows down the video, and I don't know. I find that a little annoying. But if you just set your thing to upload to YouTube and walk away for about 15-20 minutes, come back and it's on YouTube. It automatically by default it sets the video to private. So after it's uploaded to YouTube, you would have to go to YouTube under your video manager and set the video to like public or unlisted or whatever you want, because it's defaulted to private automatically. It automatically assigns tags for you, basically of like what's happening. It'll give you a tag of like Ultra Street Fighter 4, what characters are in the game. So like my first upload gave it the tag of Ryu and Evil Ryu, because those were the 2 fighters. And then it'll tag it like YouTube. I think it gives it a tag of Capcom. But then, of course you can add other tags, whatever you want to that. And then you could change the title, you can change the video description. But that's another thing I find kind of annoying about it, is that it sets it to private, like right away or by default. So you have to go in and just change it yourself. I find that a little kind of annoying, but it's cool. I like it. I really like the ability to upload to YouTube. I think that's one of the greatest features of that game, and I'm probably going to be using it a lot. So, unfortunately, my stupid fight pad broke. So, like, I've been fighting with, like, a stupid Xbox controller, and I'm really, really bad with it. So, like, I had to order a new fight pad, which will arrive Monday, and as soon as I get it, I'm going to be playing a lot more Street Fighter. But, yeah, those are the only 2 games I've been playing as well. So, Techno, shut up.
Do we want to get into some news if we have any? I don't have any because, it's
You're
just
a lazy son of a bitch.
Well, I'm streaming and I can't really bring up anything.
We should also mention that like we're actually taking like if people want to call in, they can and join the episode anytime they want. How would they do that, you guys?
I don't know, Clive. I think they have to add you, don't they?
Well, I was giving you guys the opportunity to explain, but all right. Sorry, never mind.
Jeez,
all right.
Gosh.
I was giving you the opportunity. But yeah, I can add you to the call. If you want to add me to Skype, that's fine. It's QuickFreeze915. Yeah, that's correct. Now, QuickFreeze915, and I can add you to the call if you guys... You can do whatever you want. Call in, just talk about anything, anime, video games, why Techno's not wearing pants, or even ask a question. You can do that. So, figured we throw that out there. So,
Yeah, or even feel free to just shoot questions in the chat and we can answer. Yeah.
so
And also, if the stream, for the live audience here, if the stream cuts out randomly, like, I'm not dropping frames, but I think Twitch is just being stupid. It's a Friday, there's usually a lot of popular streams, probably League of Legends, or Fish Plays Pokemon, guys. How about that Fish Plays Pokemon?
oh my god.
That's
Seriously.
like 20,000 viewers. It's eating up all the bandwidth of Twitch.
Are you serious? There's 20,000 viewers
I've
watching?
seen like upwards of like 25,000 or like maybe even 30,000.
I haven't seen this at all. Like, can you explain this to me,
So-
like how this works?
Fish Plays Pokemon is banking off that really popular Twitch Plays Pokemon, but basically it's some like, I think it's like a duo, and I think they're in like a dorm or something, but they have like a fish, and it's in like a fish bowl, right? I don't think it's a goldfish, it's like, because goldfish usually die pretty quick, but it's in like a standard fish bowl, and it's like, it has an image of it, like a video capture, and it's broken down into like 9 quadrants. So where the fish swims in these 9 quadrants correlates to one of the buttons of the Game Boy. So like one of the quadrants will be like the A button, the B button, select, start, up, down, left, right. And I think there's a randomize option where if he swims there and it stays there, it'll like switch up the layout or whatever. But he's just like he's a fish, he's swimming in this small fish bowl doing his thing and not realizing that he's correlating and triggering command prompts to control this version of, I think it's Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue. But he's like controlling the character.
Red.
Yeah, Pokemon Red. He's controlling the character in a similar kind of fashion to how Twitch Plays Pokemon does it, but he's using like because it tracks the movement of the fish somehow, probably like a IR tracker or something, infrared tracker. But they developed it, I think they developed it for like, I want to say like a competition or something, and then they just let it happen. And it blew up like really recently, but apparently the fish has been playing Pokemon for like 140 hours now, like for a while. I think he's gotten one Pokemon actually. I think somehow he got a starter Pokemon.
Oh my god.
I think it's a Charmander and it's named like A, K, something stupid. But I think he did do it, but like I think he went back in the house and like for a long time people were like, oh my god, get out of the house. It's a struggle because it's like, what's going to happen? Sometimes nothing happens. But the funniest thing is like when people overreact and they're like, oh my god, the fish is dead. It's like, I think the fish is dead. It's like, no, it's just sleeping. So like on the FAQ, they have an FAQ on the bottom and it's like the first question is, the fish is dead. And it's like, no, he's not. He's sleeping. And then the last question, the FAQ is like, no, seriously, the fish is dead. The fish is dead. But it's like, no, it's not. So, I don't know. It's silly.
So, like, so he's not very far in the game.
Oh no.
He's been playing for a while, but he's not going anywhere because it's a fish. Like it doesn't really have intelligence. Really.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is how entertaining can this be? It's just like we live in 2014, and this is now our entertainment.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like just the anticipation of like, is anything gonna happen? Like for a while there, I honestly thought there's no fucking way he's getting out of the top floor from like the first house, but like he actually did. It's like, oh my god, he did it. He even managed to save after that by randomly. It's like, oh my god, save pipe, and it's like he did it. Incredible, yeah.
Oh my god. All right, well, to each his own, I guess. I would think I had better things to do than watch a fish play Pokemon, but I'd rather play Pokemon myself. Of course, it would be funny if he caught like a Goldeen or something. Or a Magikarp.
But don't you like buy a Magikarp?
No, you can fish for Magikarps with the old rod. I think that's all you catch is Magikarps.
Yeah, the fish actually kind of looks like a Magikarp because it's like orange. It's funny.
Oh, that would be funny if he ended up with like an all fish team, like a water team.
Right.
Had like a Goldeen and then evolved into like Seaking. Had like a Magikarp and evolved into like Gyarados and like Caloister and what's the other one? Slowpoke. Slowpoke is the other one.
It's a seahorse Pokemon. I forgot it.
Oh, Horsey, yeah.
Horsey, yeah. Yeah.
See, I think at that point, then it would be entertaining because then you have a theme. You know, you got a fish and he has an entire water team, and you know he's like representing. You know.
That's a fish. He has no idea what he's doing. He's just going about his daily life, not realizing he's controlling a game.
That's what I mean. Like, I think at that point it would be entertaining.
Yeah.
At the point that
I also think they stop streaming, I think, at nighttime because I don't think they have a dedicated light because it needs like a light source, obviously. So I think they're like in a dorm, so like, when they don't want to sleep with a light on, so I think they stop it and then like start it again in the morning or something.
okay.
It's weird. It blew up in popularity though, because like I saw like there's like it had like 140 hours of like save data, but I never heard of it until like recently. So I guess some site, probably Reddit or 4chan, some bullshit like that, probably posted about it and it blew up. But it's insane. Now there's like at least an average of like 20,000 people always watching, and the chat is just like beyond crazy and beyond silly. Only on Twitch.
Yeah, only on Twitch. But we actually have someone who'd like to join us and ask a question.
Oh, good.
Techno, any guesses?
Mikey.
Wow, you're fucking amazing. All right, cool.
I think he's the only one watching us.
We have Mikey's Monarch now joining the call.
Yeah.
How are you,
What's
Mikey?
up? I'm pretty good. How about you guys? You guys should be good for episode 100.
Oh man, we're good. We reached the level cap. We are done. They need to increase the level cap.
They need to patch it.
Yeah.
No, we gotta have a new expansion.
Yeah. What would it be called?
Press Start
God.
Podcast Deluxe or like XD.
No.
Revenge.
Yeah.
The Revenge of the TechnoSqueek aliens. I don't know.
Oh,
The
that's
Grimace Edition.
Super
Grimace Edition.
There we go, the Grimace Edition.
Oh man, that's amazing. Dude, Mikey, though, that picture you made was so amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually going to use that picture for our title card for this episode.
I'll throw it up
cool.
the stream right now. That way other people can see.
Yeah, that was fun to make, but I couldn't stop laughing as I was making Dan's beanie. I was like, oh god. I was thinking about making a parody picture of it where it's you without your beanie, but like you have all these like weird things underneath it. Like you have a Charmander under there. You have Squirtle under there. You have like all these random things under there.
I like how you did, like, on one side, you have us as, like, how we used to be, and then on the other side, you have, like, us as we are now, but, like, a little more, like, detailed.
And then 100 years from now, or 100 episodes from now, it's going to be the older versions of yourself.
That's
You
kind
guys are going to be you're going to be wrinkled and stuff.
Yeah, I think Techno will look pretty sexy wrinkled.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, it's nice to dream.
God damn.
What, I'm dreaming, leave me alone.
No.
I put it up in the stream so people can see.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
For the thousands
phone.
of people watching right now, right, guys?
Yeah.
I love everyone who's here. You guys,
people.
you guys are the best of the best. We love you.
You're the best around. Sorry. Sorry.
So I have a question for you guys. Basically, I was wondering if you guys ever had a game save where you accidentally deleted it and you had like thousands of hours, and what game was that, if you had that? Because I recently did that with a game I used to play on the PS1, and that game, as you all know, is Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I put a lot of hours in that, and then I accidentally deleted it the other day. I was like, oh no.
That's the worst when you delete an RPG save. But I don't know, sometimes if you delete a save, it can be a blessing in disguise because you get to start it over again if you haven't played it for a while. But I think the recent memory I have is not just like one game in particular, but I used to have this like memory card expansion thing for the PS2. And like,
Oh yeah.
you plug in a memory card to it and it gives you like times 5 the space. It's almost the equivalent of having like 6 memory cards. So, cause like I had a shit ton of PS2 games, so I'm like, man, I need save space. But then like really random recently, it just gave out. So like every save file that was on the expansion was lost because it just didn't work anymore. And I just so happened to have like literally almost every RPG I ever played on the PS2 on there, including the one I really regret, which was Star Ocean. Till the end of time where I had like 150 hours into it, and I was trying to clear the extra dungeon for like the longest time. I got to like level 100 and plus because you can go to like, I think it's like level 250 and up. So I was trying to defeat those Valkyrie profile bosses, which was ridiculous, but that sucks because like I really wanted to beat that someday, and I'll probably never do it now.
Yeah, because like there's certain games that like that's happened to me, and I don't even go back to even restart the game because like I'll have like thousands of hours into it, and I'll be right at the very end, or I have all this extra stuff, and then it deletes itself, and it's just like, nope, not doing that again. It's not worth it. What about you, Techno?
Oh, well, I think I've told about the story on here before, but I went to my dad's one weekend when he lived in a different like city, and I came back and I hook up my PS2. I'm gonna play me some Jack and Daxter. I'm almost finished with it, and then I see my memory card saying, "Oh, hey, guess what? You have no Jack and Daxter save on this." I'm like, what? And so I find out that one of my mom's friends came over, and she brought her son over, which was very little at at that time. So he deleted my save. I was like, damn it! So yeah.
Did you have all the precursor orbs, or close to all of them at the time?
I had mostly all of them. I had a couple more. I was at the last of the last world or whatever.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah, and then I bought a Japanese GameCube from Luke Morse, which is region unlocked, region modded to where it will accept American games as well. And so I plug in my GameCube memory card, since I've had it since GameCube launched, and with all my freaking saves on it, like freaking Metal Gear Solid saves, Super Smash Brothers saves, just everything. And I didn't know this, but whenever you I put in I have one Japanese game, Naruto, some Naruto game, and I saved it, and what it did was it erased everything and saved that one, because once you put in an American card into a Japanese system, it can't read and really weird, it can't read American saves till after you reformat it. So yeah, I can save on it now, but I had to get rid of all that save data, so
That's terrible.
yeah.
What about you, Cliva? You've had to have had one or two.
Honestly, the first and only one that kind of pops in my mind is Super Mario RPG. I bought this a few years ago at some convention, and I bought it because I used to have it as a kid, and then I eventually traded into Funkoland, so I rebought it, and I was so excited to play it, and I think I was playing it on an FC Twin. So when I was playing the game as normal, save it. I think it got as far as when I met Juno, and then stopped playing it. Went to get something to eat. Blah blah. I don't know what I was doing, but I walked away from the game, and then when I came back, there just happened to be no save file. So at the time, I thought it was this game's busted. Defective game. So luckily, the booth that I bought it from just happened to have a store location within 40 minutes from where I live. So I ended up returning the game. I found out later it was because I was actually playing it on a clone system, and that system is sometimes erases game files off the cartridge. So it was actually the system that I was using than the actual game. So that's the only one that really comes to mind.
I've experienced that with the FC Twins. I got mine about 10 years ago, and every once in a while I'll delete a save file, and it did that to my Super Mario World game, and I had everything completed, but the good thing about that game is you can beat that in 5 minutes if you wanted to, so that's if you know where everything is.
Yeah, I don't even have the FC Twin anymore. I got Like I have all the original systems except for I don't have an original Super Nintendo, but I have the Retron 3 right now, which I kind of play all my NES, Super NES, and Sega Genesis games on now, and it actually works pretty fine. So
Yeah, I've heard good things about them, and the new one I've heard a lot of good things about that too, supposedly.
I don't know. I find the Retron 3 like a lot more convenient than my original. Like my original consoles work; they're in great condition, but it's just three systems in one is a lot better to me than hooking up the three individual ones. So, and yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of sorry. I like.
Oh, it's all good.
I kind of want to get the Retron 5 too, but like I just don't know when I'll get one. So.
Yeah, and I've thought about it too myself, but it's just like, I don't know if I have the space for it, but yet again, it would clear up some space. Like maybe it'd give me a reason to get rid of some consoles, because it basically has everything built into it.
Well, like I wouldn't want to get rid of any of my console. Like my Nintendo, my original Nintendo is the one I had when I was a kid. So like, there's no way in hell I would ever get rid of that one just because it's pure nostalgia. So like, I would never get rid of that. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. So
Yeah, because I have a lot of extra ones that I've bought like from the past year, and I don't know why I bought them, but they were cheap, I guess, and I'm kind of don't want them anymore. So that'd be a good reason to get rid of them.
Mm. Yeah, I've actually been getting like a lot of stuff too that I don't even like, stuff I don't appreciate anymore. So.
But that's all I wanted to ask you guys, and happy 100.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Have a fun time, guys. See you guys later.
Techno, say thanks.
Thank you.
Take the
There
right
you go.
too. Don't take it personally. Yeah, personally. I love you though. I love you, Michael.
Did you guys want to do the news now? We kind of started and like sidetracked.
That's fine. Yeah.
So, I actually have 3 news stories I kind of want to like just bring up really quick. Mario Kart 8 is getting updates and new DLC. Mario Kart 8 is getting 3 downloadable cars, the Mercedes-Benz, and it's also getting let me see if I can say this right, the 1950s 300 SL Roadster and the 1930s Silver Arrow. They're not going to be like fully detailed cars. They're going to be kind of like small cartoon versions of these cars, and these right now it's only going to be available for the UK on August 27th of this year. That's the only DLC that it's announced right now. It's not announced for United States as far as I know, but Mario Kart is also getting actually a lot of updates in the near future. Nintendo has been taking the opportunity to bring some of its fan-requested tweaks to the game, such as the option to display course maps on your TV screen. I'm not sure how helpful that would be.
Oh my god, I want that.
Really?
Yeah, because like I like to see like what other items people are getting, and like where the most important thing is like if you're in first or something, or even in whatever position it is. It's good to know like your placement as to like how far or how close you are to someone, because it's like, oh, I got a pretty good lead, I should be smooth sailing, or it's like, oh, I gotta watch my tail. But it's annoying having it on the gamepad because I'm playing it. It's like I have to take my eyes off of the game to look at the gamepad real quick to see like, oh, has someone gotten a blue shell? That way I can slow down, or to avoid a blue shell. Or it's like I just want to know like, oh, I'm in first place, how much of a lead do I have, or something like that. But I have to like take my eyes off the road. It's annoying. So that was something I really wanted, just being able to see that on the TV.
Okay. I didn't think about that. I don't have a problem with it, but I didn't think about it from your point of view. That's good. But they have other updates that they're going to implement too. They're going to have a new stat page that will let you show your total number of coins, your online wins and loss records, and your favorite racer. So I think that's cool. Or at least I think the ability to show how many coins you have, because for me that's kind of like a big deal. I don't know why, but it is. So, but you're also, Mario Kart 8 is also it will let you save the most recent kart settings between each game sessions. Before every match, before you had to always reassign your car. Like if you liked a favorite car or a favorite wheel or a favorite glider, you always had to like pick that every single time. Now it's going to save your settings. So I actually really like this because, well, I could just, there you go. There's my car. This is the car, set of wheels and glider that I'm always going to be using. I don't know. Dan, do you stick with one car or do you switch?
No, I stick with it, so that's super helpful, because I thought that was annoying. It's like, I know what I want. I want, like, the Formula 1 car, my gold tires, and a little, I think it's the flower glider, just because it's silly. But it's like, I always pick that, but it jumbles it up every time, so it's like, I gotta scroll through and pick it again, and it's like, why can't I just save this?
Yeah, well, when we get this update, they'll be able to save it. So yeah, that's very helpful. And the last update they're going to be doing for Mario Kart 8 is the menu option for next race and watch highlight reel will be switched, which means like I don't know if you guys ever caught yourself doing this, but when you finish a race, it gives you two options: watch highlight reel, which is first, and next race, which is second. And most people, including myself, just hit the A button. You know, like, okay, come on, let's go, next race, not knowing, or you accidentally hit the watch highlight reel without even knowing it because it's the first option. That's going to be switched now because a lot of people don't want to watch the highlight reel. Some do, but some pretty much just want to get to the next race. I think this is really helpful because, you know, I just want to race. I don't want to watch highlight reels, you know? And I do tap that A button just trying to get to the next race all the time. So, do you ever run into that problem, Dan?
No, I've never done that because, I don't know, I thought it was weird that watch highlight reel was the first option. It should have made sense that next race is the first thing, but I gotten so used to it that it's like, oh, I know as soon as the race is over, I got to scroll down and then hit the next race.
Well, it seems like a lot of people are they don't like the watch highlight reel being the first option. So those are actually going to be switched, which I think is going to be it's going to be really helpful for a lot of people. So, but yeah, that's all the updates and the 3 DLC cars for Mario Kart 8. I kind of hope, I don't know if I really hope or want the 3 cars. I don't know if it's really that important to me, but
it's silly. I think it's weird having like real life cars in Mario Kart. It's just kind of odd.
I think it'll be kind of. It's not going to bother me. I think it's going to be kind of interesting. You know, it's just like, oh, okay, he blew by me with a Mercedes Benz. It's kind of neat.
Mario in his classic Mercedes Benz. Just cruising.
I just hope that the stats for the cars are not like monster like
insane.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hope that they're not going to do, but I don't know. I think it'll be kind of neat just to see, like, wouldn't it be funny if, like, Luigi's death stare and he has, like, a Mercedes-Benz? You know, like, I don't know. That might be kind of funny, but yeah, that's about it. So, my next kind of, like, news story, and I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of people heard about this, and I'm not really sure how I kind of know how I feel about this, but Resident Evil is getting an HD remastering for the PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the PC. You guys notice that the Wii U is not mentioned in that at all. What is that?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready for
He's on the hype
HD
train.
Resident Evil.
Okay, you're excited about this. Tell me why.
Because now, see, here's another thing that you see, all these games that have been HDified have been from the GameCube, and that pretty much makes the GameCube not important anymore. Okay. Because, you know, Resident Evil 4 was originally on the GameCube, and then it just makes GameCube not less important now. Sad face. But anyways, yes, Resident Evil HD, baby.
So you're excited about this?
Yes, because okay, it's not too. I understand. Okay, I know people are gonna complain that it's just Resident Evil, no, the first one, not the second one. But I think, here's what I think. I think what they're going to do, they're going to do the same fucking shit that they did with Darkstalkers. If people buy this HD version, then we will probably see an HD release of 2 in, the future. But if people don't buy it, then you can say, sorry, ain't gonna get it.
Are you planning on getting this?
Yeah, probably, because, Steam sells.
Do you have this game on the GameCube?
Yeah, I can't find it, though.
Okay. See, well, this is how I feel about it. I think this is not a bad idea, but not like a waste. Not like a waste. I don't think it's needed, and this is why. And this is strictly my opinion. I felt the same thing about the Wind Waker HD. So I just think this is not needed because we have this game already. We have it on the PlayStation 1, which has been redone on the GameCube. So now we have it on the GameCube, like Techno already mentioned. I have the PS1 version. I have the GameCube version. If I want to play it, I have those. I already have it. So it's just like, so I'm not gonna buy this. So I just don't know why this is exciting news for some people. I can understand why it is, because if people were not born when the GameCube was around and they never knew, it's kind of hard to believe that people don't know that there's a Resident Evil 1. I can't understand that, but I can understand people not being born around the GameCube era or the PlayStation 1 era, and they never played Resident Evil 1, then great, they have this new HD remasters coming out for the PS4, PS3, all the current modern systems. I can understand why people are excited because they can finally play this game. But, like I said, this game's already in the GameCube. Like, why do we need to do this? I just think Capcom should put their resources into making something else. Like, Techno, you mentioned Darkstalkers. Why can't we have a brand new Darkstalkers game? Onimusha. You guys remember Onimusha? It's very, very similar to Resident Evil. I would love Onimusha 4. Make that game. It'll be fantastic.
I've actually never played any of them.
Okay, well there you go. Why not make like an HD version of Onimusha? Revitalize that franchise. Resident Evil's already been kind of run into the ground in my opinion. 5 was okay. 6 to me was utterly boring as shit.
Disappointing at best.
That's my opinion. Whatever. That's my opinion. But like, why not use those? If you're gonna do an HD remake of something, a remastering, why not Onimusha? Revitalize that franchise. Bring it to attention of gamers who don't even know about that series. And it's a great series. I have all 3 games and they're awesome. They're freaking fantastic. So, or like I said, make a HD Darkstalkers game, or make a brand new Darkstalkers game. Hell, I'm gonna name Mega Man as well. Make a new Mega Man game. You already canceled like 4 Mega Man games. You might as well make one and please some fans a little bit. I'm not trying to bash Capcom in any way. It's just I think they could just use the resources a little bit better. But I understand for people who never played Resident Evil 1 on the GameCube because they weren't born yet or they were just too little, now they can finally play it on current systems. That's great. That A+ for those guys. That's fantastic. But like I said, I think they should just use the resources towards a failing franchise, or a franchise that just needs more attention. So, I don't know, Dan, what do you think? Like,
well, I totally agree with what you said. Like, just bring back other stuff. I did play the original Onimusha, and I thought it was really cool. It's basically like Samurai Resident Evil, but it had some epic boss fights, and it was just really interesting setting. It was really good. And it's like there's like 3 of them, and then another one which is called Onimusha Warlords. They could totally make an HD collection. Why not? But I don't know. New Darkstalkers would be great. If they actually did something and cared about the Breath of Fire series, that would be wonderful, because I like RPGs, and Breath of Fire would be cool if it returned, but that's probably not going to happen. But I don't know. It's HD collection is a trend now. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that if there's any popular game from like the past generations, it's probably going to get an HD remake, and that's probably going to continue. I mean, hell, we got a remake or a remastering of The Last of Us, which was like 1 year old, and it's on the PS4.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
no
that's
sense.
kinda
It's not really
weird.
necessary, but if you didn't play The Last of Us and you have a PS4, then by all means buy the PS4 version. But that's weird. Like, I totally don't want to see that continue where it's like 1 year old games, 2 year old games getting like a remastering or upgraded visuals for the Xbone and the PS4. But HD Collections is totally a trend. If it's a popular game, it's probably going to get a remake nowadays.
You know what? I feel really dumb because like a couple weeks ago, I just like I spelt out Xbone. I was like, holy shit, that's Xbox One.
Yeah, that's all I ever call it, is the Xbone. A lot of people call it the Xbone. It's easier.
But going on with this news story for the HD remastering of Resident Evil. Basically, this is an HD remastering of the GameCube Resident Evil version. It's going to have enhanced sound. The remastering is going to polish and rework the graphics so that they look better, obviously. The game will feature both a widescreen support and a 4x3, and players will be able to switch between the two while playing in time, like in real time. So if you don't like one at one point, you can switch. In the widescreen, players can also use the scroll function, as sometimes background elements will be cut off in widescreen. The remake comes with a dual control scheme as well. It's going to have the classic controls as well as a new control scheme in which the character can move in the same direction as the analog stick. This Resident Evil HD Remastered will be on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 on November 27th in Japan. On the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC version are slated to be early 2005. At this time, there's no word of a Western release. So, I don't know. I think it would be kind of a mistake not to release it in the United States if you're gonna release it at all. So, but yeah, that's Resident Evil for remastering the new generation consoles. Techno's gonna buy it. You're gonna support Capcom all by yourself.
Okay.
Do you think you could do it?
No.
You need a lot of money. A lot of money.
Well, if he wasn't laying in bed all day, he could get off his butt and work and buy Capcom for like $500.
Just start buying shares, buying stock in Capcom. Until you get 51% ownership, and then you own it.
The Twitch stream is not acting stupid.
Well, that's a change of pace. I would hope so, but it's been like, it's weird because like I have my broadcasting thing and it says like, oh, how many frames are encoded. I haven't dropped a single frame, but it keeps like, I keep getting a message from Twitch like, oh, you're dropping frames, and it's like, oh, well, that's you, Twitch, because you're being stupid like usual.
Mine keeps flickering. It keeps going offline, and then comes
That's
back.
Switch.
Yep, right there, right now, offline.
Whenever you see
Mine's
that's Switch.
online, baby.
Yeah, see, that's the difference of computers and connections. Sometimes your connection makes a difference too, but right now I'm totally fine, like it should be. I know my settings, but it's Twitch. Whenever you see like a random drop and then it's back suddenly in like a couple of seconds, that's Twitch. It happens a lot. Welcome to Twitch. It's derpy as all hell.
Now I'm back online.
Derpy as all hell. Blame League of Legends and they're like 100 million viewers. Stuff like that.
Oh man.
Fish plays Pokemon.
Yeah. It's all blame League of Legends and Fish Plays Pokemon. Eating up all the bandwidth for everyone.
But I do have one last news story for you guys. Square Enix is in trouble with SNK and the police. The police are investigating Square Enix for allegedly using copyrighted SNK characters in the manga High Score Girl. I never heard about this manga. Have you heard about this one, Techno?
No.
No.
But it sounds interesting.
It's Moving on. Square Enix, which publishes the manga, says it didn't receive requests from SNK to halt production, and SNK says it never gave Square Enix permission to use these characters in the manga. According to Sankei News, it's spelled Sankei, News, characters from the SNK, the King of Fighters, and the Samurai Showdown games appear in this manga, which is set during the early 1990s over 100 times. High Score Girl is slated to turn into an anime series, and it wasn't until the production company contacted SNK about using the characters and sound effects that SNK apparently realized what has happened. The police are conducting a search of Square Enix headquarters and will question those connected to the manga. So that kind of ends that story. So yeah, I don't know what will happen. I think it's kind of funny, honestly. So, Techno, this is not a hentai magazine. You don't have to worry
that sucks.
Yeah, well.
Techno's not buying. But what's your? You want to drop your Skype again, Clive? That way.
Oh yeah, my Skype. If anyone who wants to join in the call, you could add me. It's QuickFreeze915. All no spaces. Add me. I will add you to the call. You can do whatever you want. Ask a question, say a comment, tell a story, tell a joke, tell Techno to put on pants because he's kind of making us very uneasy.
It's not happening.
Yeah, I know. I have to dream a little bit. So, all right. Okay, we're adding someone brand spanking new.
Brand spanking new.
Well, yeah. You want to guess who it is?
It's Pegasus.
Wow, you're on fucking fire.
Well, I can't see the Twitch channel.
He's connecting right now. Hello, Mr.
Hello?
Gaming Pegasus. How are you?
I'm good.
How's it going, man?
It's going good. These 100 episodes. Holy shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's our reaction too. It's a big number.
We wanted to stop at 9, but Techno kind of held us at gunpoint.
Forces.
Techno, get a Wii U.
Yeah. So play Mario Kart.
You can... No. You'll never see me with the Wii U.
What? Why?
Because I told you on the last episode. No Dragon Quest X, no Wii U. For me.
You're missing out on the great Mario Kart 8. You're going to miss out on Smash Bros.
I got Mario Kart 7.
Yeah, but you don't play that at all either.
Yeah, well, because no one else does.
That's because we moved on, man. New generation. We're in the 8th generation.
It's just like freaking Madden.
Hey, don't ever compare Mario Kart to Madden.
How dare you?
Hey, honestly, I don't buy the last Madden I bought was the one last year, Madden 25, the big 25th anniversary thing. I don't buy it that often. I think the last one I bought new before that was Madden 09. So I don't buy it every year either. But this is Mario Kart, and then we got Smash coming out, Bayonetta 2, and getting some good games.
Yeah, man. Techno. Bayonetta 2. Don't you like to look at pretty girls, sexy girls, who get naked and use their hair for attack and stuff?
I
Sound
got a
appealing?
computer for that.
Well, but you could be interactive with Bayonetta.
Oh, man. Oh, Dan, congrats on graduating college, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
That was good. Now you got that behind you. And
Oh yeah, it's a huge weight off my shoulders.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And I was the idiot and thought, I could totally do college and run a YouTube channel and be on a podcast all at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, because you did take a break from the podcast for a while at that, because you just got so swamped with everything. It just got...
That was one of my busiest semesters. It helped though, definitely.
Definitely.
So what's going on with you, the Pegasus? What have you been doing lately?
Not much. Playing a lot of Mario Kart 8. I actually just went through and finished Ocarina of Time 3D again.
Again? How many times have you beaten it?
Twice.
Oh.
And the first time was when I bought it 3 years ago, so...
have you gone through the Master Quest?
I'm about to.
Cool,
So-
good man. Master
I didn't even
Quest,
bother
dude.
Oh yeah, I didn't even bother to get the bigger sword on this run. I just went and did straight with the Master Sword. So honestly, I think the Spirit Temple is my favorite temple in the game.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of cool because you have to go back in time as Child Link to get through one half, and then you have to go through as Adult Link as the other half. And then the boss fight, it's easy, but it just uses the Mirror Shield really well. So I don't know.
I think my favorite temple is the Forest Temple. No, it's the first one, the Dooku Tree.
Oh, the Deku Tree.
The very first one. For some reason, that one's my favorite. So yeah, the Forest one pissed me off, actually, now that I remember.
Yeah, that one, this trying to, because I've always gone through with a guide, and it's one of those things that you can easily miss something. I don't know, the Phantom Ganon boss fight's really cool, though. Just the way he comes out of the paintings, and it's not easy, but it's cool.
Yeah, I think the part about the Forest Temple that I didn't really care for was hunting down the Poe sisters. Is that what they're called? The four of them? Yeah, I didn't really care for that, so, but, yeah, the Dooku Tree is my favorite, though. I like that one.
You think they're going to end up releasing the Majora's Mask 3D?
They better fucking hope. I hope they do. God damn it.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I think they will. They've been hinting at it so much, and fans demand it. I think they will. Why not? It's going to sell for sure.
Yeah, I'd want it. I definitely want to play. I have Majora's Mask on the Virtual Console, but it would really be cool to play a 3D remake of it. I mean, when I got my 3DS, it was after Ocarina of Time 3D came out, and Mario 3D Land was getting ready to come out, so... And it was after the price drop, so I didn't get all the free Game Boy Advance games.
Have you played Majora's Mask before?
No, I haven't. Not before the Virtual Console port. Not before I got on there, so... And I haven't even finished it. It's one of those things, I'll move on to something else, and then I'll just completely forget about it. I'm trying to do my summer backlog, and I'm trying to get through Batman on the NES right now.
Batman on the NES.
Yeah, I put that on there.
That is hard.
Yeah, the good thing is after you beat, because there's two final bosses. There's one, and then there's the Joker. At least when you beat the first guy, when you go and continue, you don't have to beat the first guy again. You just go right to the Joker. But the Joker's so insanely hard. He hits you once with his gun. He takes off like 3 points of health. Oh. Because I finished Zelda 2, which I was really happy I completed that. And then I've got Double Dragon 2. I've got Pitfall: The Mind Adventure, and then Soul Sacrifice. And that one's on the Vita, so.
Techno, be quiet.
I just want my Majora's Mask on 3DS. I haven't played my 3DS in God knows how long.
How come? Just no games you don't want to play?
Yeah, because I still haven't even bought and played that Between Worlds Zelda.
You want to buy, and I want to play that. It looks so good.
Because I've always I'd be looking on Amazon I want this. So I'd be buying something else like anime or just a different game.
Yeah, I still want to play New Super Mario Brothers 2. That's when I still... And then the Mario and Luigi, the Dream Team or whatever, the Mario and Luigi game on the 3DS, that one looks really good.
Yeah, I have that one. It came with my XL system, but I haven't played it yet.
See, I never upgraded to the XL.
Honestly, it's worth it. I love my XL. I extremely do. And then every time I go back to the first model, the smaller one, it's so tiny to me. I can't go back. So I ended up giving my old system to a friend of mine who didn't have a 3DS, and he loves it. And it's every time I pick up the one I gave him, it's just way small. I can't do it. But the XL is awesome. The battery life is so much longer. I recommend getting the XL. It's really good.
How's the 3D on it? Because how far do you tilt it before the 3D goes wonky on it?
Honestly, I don't use 3D on my...
You don't?
No, I don't. But the XL, on the 3D slider, it actually clicks into place. So on the first one, it just slides up and down, but on the XL it like clicks. So you could set it to like what you like or want. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't use the 3D at all. I just don't. So.
Yeah, I just use a full blast all the time, except for Xevious. This 3D on the 3D Xevious is so intense on the the 3D classics. I have it turned down a little bit, but on everything else, I just have it up full blast. So
Techno, what was the last 3DS game you played?
The game that's in my 3DS, the game you got me, Shinobi.
Did you beat it?
that was a launch title.
Was it?
Yeah, it was one of the original launch titles. It was,
I'm close to beating it. I'm like in 75%.
I heard it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. Just like all the others.
Oh, okay. I've never played Shinobi.
Well, I shouldn't say like all the others. 3 wasn't that hard on the Genesis. Return of the Ninja Master.
Clive, didn't you get Earthbound as part of the Nintendo Club Nintendo rewards?
Yes, I did.
Have you finished it yet?
I haven't started it yet.
You haven't started yet. 'Cause I just finished it a couple of weeks ago. I won't spoil anything, but it's one of those games. It's really good. It really is.
Yeah, I downloaded it honestly because of all the choices for Platinum and Gold, that was one that stuck out. Like I've always wanted to download Earthbound because there's no way I'm buying the cart. I don't want the cart. It's way too much money. So I've always wanted to download it, and since Nintendo gave it to you for free for the Platinum rewards, that was my game. So I was like, it was no question I downloaded it. But yeah, I do want to play it because I'm kind of on this like retro kick right now. I'm enjoying a lot more retro games than modern games. So yeah, eventually I will play it, and I do want to play it because one, all the hype, everyone wants to own the cartridge. So, and then it's an RPG. I like RPGs, and it's a turn-based RPG if I remember correctly, and those are my favorite types of RPGs. So
Yeah, the battle system is really good, but like the health bar, it kind of slowly, when you get hit, it slowly ticks down. So if you end up taking a hit that's going to end up killing you, if you can use like your healing spell on that player, it will bring their health back up. So when they take that mortal blow, you got time. You can still kind of revive them before they get knocked out. So
yeah, all right.
Oh yeah, it's a really good game. I mean, it's one of those ones that again, I'm not going to own the cartridge of because it's $120 at least just for that. So screw it. So this is a good option considering, and plus fans have been wanting this to be re-released on the Virtual Console for years. Fans are still begging for Mother 3 to be translated and released. Only way to play an English version of that is someone created a translation patch and you apply it to the ROM. So.
Is that what you ended up downloading for the Platinum rewards? Was Earthbound?
No, I've had it since it got released last year. I never got the Platinum reward anywhere near, or even Gold this year. So
no,
I didn't really buy a whole lot of Nintendo games because there really hasn't been much, and I haven't even had the money. So, like Mario 3D World, I still want to pick up. So, but I mean, we've got Smash coming out. We've got Bayonetta 2. I'm really looking forward to playing that, and plus it's coming with the first Bayonetta. So. That'll be good, getting an excuse to replay the first one, and then you get to play the second, and then we've got, Hyrule Warriors, and... But I did get a Wind Waker HD with Mario Kart 8, because I got it, within that window.
You got it free, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up getting Pikmin 3 on that one.
See, here's the thing with the games. Is I didn't really care about Pikmin. I didn't care about Wii Party U, and I already had New Super Mario Brothers U. So then, I'm just going to get Wind Waker HD. If they had Mario 3D World, then I would have gone for that. But
yeah, I got Pikmin 3 because I already had the other games, and I did not want the Wii Party. So the Pikmin was the only choice really for me. So
Yeah, it was really fun getting to play through that because the art style with Wind Waker, it still looks good now from the GameCube, but in HD, and then some of the game fixes they had, they shortened up that final Triforce shard quest. So in some of them, you just get a shard of the Triforce. You don't get a shard to go find the other piece, which is nice.
yeah, I think wasn't it like they brought it down from like 13 pieces to like 3 or?
There was always 8 shards, but you had to go find a shard and then go find the piece from that.
Alright, yeah.
So it was kind of one big, and then you also had to get the chart translated from Tingle. So, and it cost you like 390 some rupees every time, so you needed the biggest wallet to even do it. And then they also added the Swift Sail, so you can use a little bit of your magic, and then you can sail faster. So,
Dan, you ended up getting some of those games too, from the Platinum and Gold reward?
Yeah, I just picked up NES Remix because I really wanted to play that, and I don't know, NES Remix is one of those games where I don't think I would have ever paid the $15 it cost, so I was like, oh, I'll get it, because I'm still holding out hope that I can find Earthbound at like the flea market someday, or even if I have to pay $75, I really don't care. That's a good deal. I'll take it. But
if you can find it, for anywhere from $60 to $80, yeah, that's a good deal for Earthbound. But like 120, 100, 150 at some points, no way.
no, I'd rather have like Suikoden 2 for that price. Or other games.
I have the first Suikoden on PS1. I've had it since I got it in Christmas of '99.
Yeah, so this is the second one that's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's the really expensive one. Yeah, RPGs have always seemed to hold their value. You look at some of the early ones on the Super Nintendo. The Final Fantasies are still, up there. You have Mario RPG, Super Mario RPG is up there pretty well. And I mean, even some of those later released Super Nintendo games, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy comes to mind.
Yeah, that one's up there, yeah.
Oh man, that's an expensive one. And I like the Ninja Gaiden games, and I actually have the ROM of the Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, and it looks really good on the Super Nintendo. But I'm not going to go out and, because I'm a bit of a cheap ass anyway, I'm not going to go out and spend $120 on one game. I mean, unless I'm getting some collector's edition, like I got the WWE 2K14 collector's edition, the big, Undertaker Phenom edition, and that was like $100. So, yeah, it was like $100. So if it's a collector's edition, I'll go that high, but not just for a game.
Have you guys ever seen an Earthbound cart? Like, ever?
Nope.
Never.
I've seen a complete copy of Sunset Riders for the Super Nintendo, but
I saw it, the only time I've ever seen the Earthbound cart before, it was at a convention, and they wanted something like $200 for it.
wow.
Well,
That's like eBay prices.
well, yeah, eBay prices or convention prices or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, if I ever go to Portland Retro Gaming Expo, I'm going to really watch out because it's one of those things that I'm not going to go out and spend, that much money on one game. I'll end up, because I've still got a lot I want to get, and a lot of the games I want to go after are actually, more on the cheaper end. So, like, I want to collect all the original, the classic Mega Man games. I have Mega Man 8 on the PS1, so I want to get, 1 through 7, and it'll be easier. I think 7 might be a little trickier, but, like, the NES one...
7's kind of pricey.
Yeah, 7 is probably going to be the harder one to get, but, like, the first, 6, 1 through 6, probably wouldn't be too bad, but it's, like, almost like people, like, charge higher prices at conventions to try and get those impulse buyers that, like, ooh, gotta get this now. Because you're almost better off just kind of waiting, biding your time with some of these games.
Yeah. You could also just get the Mega Man collection for the PS2.
Which I actually do have.
Oh, okay.
I actually have it on the GameCube.
The GameCube one is horrible.
That was a mistake. Yeah, they flipped the buttons on it.
They flipped the buttons. On the PS2, it's correct. But on the GameCube, yeah, they flipped the buttons.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, because it has, the turbo fire, but you have to hold I have to hold my hand in kind of a way, almost like an arcade, deal, like an arcade stick to use it. Because I used the heck out of the, the rapid fire on it, but...
Yeah. Yeah, they can. Even 1 through 6 could be a little pricey. They're not as bad, but they can be like a little pricey. So, and then Mega Man 8 for the Sega Saturn is really expensive.
Yeah, Saturn games are always expensive to begin with.
Yeah, because
usually.
I actually have Mega Man 8 for the Saturn and the PlayStation 1, and PlayStation 1 is like dirt cheap. You can get it really for like nothing, but Saturn's, I think I paid like almost close to $100 for it, just because I had to have it. But, I don't know. And then if you go into the Mega Man X series, Mega Man X2 and X3, those two are the most expensive in that series, especially X3. So, yeah.
When was X3 released?
I don't know. I could look it up, I guess,
Yeah.
but...
Because I'm thinking that might have been near, probably 94, maybe 95, and I'm probably wrong on that, but a lot of those, like I said, a lot of those later release games on the Super Nintendo got kind of pricey.
Mega Man X3 came out in 1995.
Okay, yeah, and that's probably part of it, because it is a later release.
So...
But yeah, but it's funny because on the Anniversary Collection, it's the PS1, Mega Man 8 port, not the Saturn.
Yeah,
I think Saturn had 2 extra bosses. There's Cutman and Woodman, I think.
Yeah, the Saturn had 2 extra bosses, I think an extra cutscene at the end, and it had different music.
Are you guys hoping they release a new Punch-Out game?
Yeah. Not really. Punch-Out's fun, but I'm not begging for a new one.
I'd like to see a new one, in all honesty. I mean, we got Little Mac and Smash Brothers, so I would hope they would, release a new one, new character, new fighters, stuff like that. But who knows? Because I got Punch-Out on the Wii, and I really love. That's probably the best one, I think.
I've always liked the Super Nintendo one.
Yeah.
See, that was really good too.
He always looked to me. He looked like a Super Trunks, the boxer you were.
Oh, and Super Punch-Out, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, because I have Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on the NES. I have the actual cartridge. And that's, the class, the all-time classic one that everyone seems to think about. When they think of Punch-Out, they think of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yeah, what's the other one's Mr. Dream?
Yeah, Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream, which I think I bought it. I think it was when, on the Wii U, they were doing sales where they were putting certain games up for 30 cents. I got it was one of the 30-cent deals. So I got that, Kirby. I got, I think, Balloon Fight and F-Zero as well, and they're for 30 cents each. So that's another one they need to bring back. F-Zero, a new F-Zero game.
Yeah, they definitely need to bring on a new F-Zero, especially. I kind of think they should do it for the 3DS, just for the 3D aspect of it.
Oh yeah. Okay, this question is actually mostly for Dan and you, Liva, but what's your favorite track in Mario Kart 8?
That's tough. Because I really like how they remaster a lot of the retro tracks, even though I think the retro track selection is kind of odd, because they're not some of the best retro tracks. They're really kind of B-tier courses, to be honest. But, really, I think some of my favorites are actually retro tracks. I was a big fan of TikTok Clock on the DS, and I really enjoyed that. I really hate the new Rainbow Road. It sucks. It sucks so bad. Compared to the other Rainbow Roads, it's just terrible. They didn't try to be creative or even try on that one. It's okay, but I don't know. For a newer one, I really don't like the one also where it's completely underwater. That's annoying. I really like the airport one because I think it's really creative. It's something a little bit different. I like creative kind of levels. The airport's cool. What else? I like the Technodrome one or whatever, the Electrodrome.
Electrodrome?
Yeah, that one's creative.
That one's really good.
I think those are my favorites, the airport one and the Electrodrome one, because they're so different and they're so unique. I like the one that's also like San Francisco, basically.
Toad Harbor.
Yeah, that one's cool.
That one's really good. That when I'll play that online, I'll be on online worldwide, and when that one pops up, I'll pick Toad Harbor. But I think my favorite of the retro tracks is probably the one for the 3DS Music Park. Oh man, I remember I had so much fun on that one. So I was glad to see some of those 3DS tracks back, but a lot of, I think Wario Stadium I also really like.
Yeah, that one I like because I thought they remade it really, really well. That was a good one.
And then with, the mechanic where the anti-gravity mechanic in it too. That's really enjoyable.
Yeah,
So
they did a good job with anti-gravity because I was worried about that for a while when they announced that. I was like, I hope it's not like a jarring transition when you like switch to anti-gravity, and they made it like really seamless. It's wonderful.
yeah, I didn't really look up a whole lot of stuff on Mario Kart 8 as it was coming out. I just waited. I think I saw a little bit here and there, but I didn't really know a whole lot about the anti-gravity mechanic. But it's really nice. I really like it.
So what about you,
Yeah,
Carva? Any favorite tracks?
I'm kind of thinking. I kind of like the one that looks like you're kind of racing on like a cake or a dessert tray or something like that. You know which one I'm talking about? No.
Dessert tray. Trying to.
It's like a cake or something like that. It has like honey or something. No.
Oh man, I'm trying to.
I forget the name of it, but it's like some sort of cake or something like that. But to follow that one, I also like the one that's kind of like a beanstalk, where you're racing on the clouds and you go from beanstalk to beanstalk, and then halfway through the course there's like an airship.
Oh yeah, Cloud Top Cruise.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
The cake one you're thinking of is Sweet Sweet Canyon. I'm looking at it because I've been trying to go through and 3-star all the courses in the Grand Prix. I'm on the 150cc right now, and I actually have that screen up with a screenshot from each track.
Yeah, so I like those two a lot. I actually do like the new Rainbow Road. I've always liked Rainbow Road. I don't know, like, I know they're very difficult, but I don't know, I've always liked the new Rainbow Roads.
Yeah, that's the point. The Rainbow Road's supposed to be the one that separates the man from the boys.
So, but the new Rainbow Road is actually easier than the retro Rainbow Road, because the new one has sides, where the retro one doesn't. Like, you could easily fall off the retro one.
Oh yeah.
But
Should have remade the Super Nintendo one. That one separates the men from the boys.
yeah,
Oh, man.
that one's
Screwed on that one.
That one's an ass kicker. But
Oh yeah, this is one of the, it seems like with Nintendo and the Wii U, it's been a slow burner. You got, a couple of games kind of appear up, but now we're getting to the point where they're really pushing their games out.
yeah,
So
I kind of hope they would release more tracks as DLC. Like, we're getting the Mercedes-Benz.
I just saw that earlier today.
Why not? We should get more tracks, honestly, because
Mm-hmm.
people would buy them. They're awesome. I don't know why. They should just release more tracks. Like, we said this for Mario Kart 7, so
Yeah, we never even got that.
yeah. So
Yeah, that was always one of those fun things. I remember when Pete Dorr was doing a stream of Mario Kart 7, and I was in there, and a lot of us were in there, and we were just like 2.5, 3 hours.
yeah.
I don't know what's with Nintendo in there, and like they don't release a whole lot of DLC. I mean, we got the new Super Luigi U add-on for Mario, new Super Mario Bros. But it's like, I don't know, it works for them, I guess. But it seems like with some of these games, you could, like with Mario Kart, they could release more tracks. With Smash Bros, they could release more stages. They could, do stuff like that, but they just don't.
You also don't. Well, they don't really need to, because like they're not like hurting for money for anything or anything like that. But it would be nice, honestly. So.
Well, I mean, it's not like, with, Microsoft and, going to Call of Duty as an example for one, they always have, new multiplayer maps. And, people do buy those, and so I remember I did with Black Ops 2. I haven't even bothered with those, but like Black Ops 2, I got the season, the season pass, whatever, and got all the DLCs that came out, and that's always fun. There are people like, I don't want to, like, I got a friend, and he plays Call of Duty every year, but he never gets like the new maps. Well, he didn't get them this year with Ghost, but he did with Black Ops 2. He's like, I don't want to, learn new maps, which, it was fine because he doesn't play a whole lot. He's not like, unlike me, and I put like 250 some hours into Black Ops 2, but yeah, there'll be people that buy, there'll be people that don't, but it's kind of the nature of the business, I guess. It's like I said, it would be nice to have more tracks in Mario Kart 8, but it's still fun, we can at least go online and play with our friends. Online Mario Kart, that's fun. Get a lobby of 12 people in there online, holy crap. I'll be in Dinky Dana's. I've been with Dinky Dana playing on his streams when he's been doing it, and when we get a full lobby in there, it's crazy. He doesn't even try for first anymore.
Yeah, that's when Mario Kart's at its best, is if you can get a full lobby. which I haven't been able to do. I just haven't found anyone who actually, sets something up for everyone to play.
Yeah, that's why I'll play on the worldwide, online. At least then you get even close to a full lobby. You get at least 10 people in there. It gets crazy.
Yeah, I did that a little bit, but I got bored because I was dominating because I just kept coming in first. It was way too easy. People need to
Really,
step
you
their
kept
game up.
owning.
Yeah, I go hard with the Shy Guy and drifting around literally everything.
Shy Guy's top tier again, huh?
Totally. Oh man, I love it though. But Techno, like we answered this question, but what are some of your just general favorite Mario Kart tracks?
Bowser's Castle 2 from Super Circuit. Pretty much everything from Super Circuit.
Cheese Land. They should have remade Cheese Land. I really want that. There has not been a remake of Cheese Land, and what the fuck? It's one of their most like unique kind of tracks. I don't understand that. Or Sunset Wilds. I fucking love Sunset Wilds with the Shy Guys, and the music is incredible in there. Ribbon Road. That's another good one.
Yeah.
I always liked the Haunted Mansion from the NES. The Super Nintendo, I mean.
Oh yeah, the boo courses?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the one with it has like little boos flying around in the background. Cause I like that one because it had like a shortcut.
Yeah, if you had the feather.
Yeah, if you have the feather, you could jump the track.
I love that. I missed the feather. They should have brought that back. That way they can do like creative shortcuts and all that.
At least we got a way to counter the blue shell. But I mean, I just did it boosting. So I was going through and it was offline. Just trying to 3-star all the cups. And I just right at the end of the track, and I get a blue shell launching me. I had a mushroom. I ended up just boosting at the right time and avoided it.
Yeah, that's something I think they made it easier to dodge red shells too, because I dodge them a lot just by driving really, really close to the wall. That way it loops to the wall, and they're just like, oh, that was easy. So I think red shells are much more dodgeable nowadays.
Yeah, they're not so overpowered. I mean, if you got like a green shell behind you or something like that, you can avoid them. You can block them too. But it's like the blue shell, it's always the guy that's in like 9th or 10th that has like no chance of winning. That ends up just screws up the person in first.
Yeah, that's really all that item is for. Is the blue shell is like, it doesn't really help you. If you're like really way back, it's not going to help you. What it does is it helps the person who's in like 2nd or 3rd. But it's just a way to screw over like whoever's doing really good.
Yeah, like you're doing really good. Well, here's a blue shell for you.
Yeah, not anymore. It's also not as punishing in this one if you fall off the course. Not like it used to be. Like, it used to be so gut-wrenching when you fell off the course because you're like, oh my god, this is going to take like 5 seconds for me to get back on the course. Now it's like,
yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed they put you back on the course a lot quicker.
It's the fastest by far in any Mario Kart game. It's like not even a worry if you fall off nowadays.
Yeah, I'm still, you always got to learn the shortcuts too.
Yeah, there's a lot of shortcuts, especially if you get like the mushroom kind of shortcuts where it's like certain areas that you can only cut if you have a mushroom.
Yeah, you need the extra boost to get through them.
Yeah, like there's one in the Haunted Mansion where you can just cut on that first kind of hairpin turn. There's a little beanstalk shortcut on that sky course that you can cut. There's
right at the end.
There's Wario's. Oh, that's another one I actually like, Wario's Mountain, because I've always liked the like ones that aren't like lap courses that are just like point A to point B. I always thought those were cool. And that's a fun one. It's like the Winter Olympics or something. But there's that first turn right there where if you drift really hard, you can just like kind of gap that area, and that's a pretty good shortcut.
Yeah, at least there weren't any, really bad glitches like Mario Kart 7 where you could skip most of the track.
Yeah, like that Maku Waku one that skip you like half the way. It was ridiculous.
Oh, God, that was so bad. And that defeated the purpose playing online because you would have one person who would just pick that course over and over and over again, use that glitch. It's like, there's no competition then. It's like, you're going to win, we're all fighting for second place.
Good times, though. Mario Kart's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful party game, get friends over, play. Now you can play it online, and wonderful sign of the times. So one more question before I duck out of here and let you guys get more, people into the call, so I'm not completely dominating the whole episode. Which one would you guys get first, Xbox One or PS4?
It's pretty easy for me, PS4.
I
was thinking PS4, but now I think I'm now leaning for the Xbox One.
Oh yeah, because they just released the one without the Kinect.
Well, that's not my reason, but My reason is just because I originally wanted the PS4 for Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 15. I just learned that they're going to now be on the Xbox One, and for the Xbox One, I want Halo 5, the Master Chief Collection. So, yeah, I think I'd just rather have the Xbox One for the Halo games, and I'll be able to play Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I think I'd go towards the Xbox One now just because of the fact that I got friends who do have it. So it'd be one of those things where I, like, with Call of Duty, I'd be able to play with him at least. And since they're, now $400, it's pretty much a toss-up. I might have just leaned towards the PS4. Because I'm going to have to get one because I want to play EA UFC. But it's only Xbox One and PS4. It never got released. It's not getting released to the 360 or PS3, which is unfortunate. But, yeah.
Yeah, I really want the PS4 Destiny bundle, just because I really want a white PS4. It looks so clean. And I got my white PS Vita.
Cool.
It'll match my white PS Vita, so I don't know. I'll definitely probably get that if I got a PS4.
Yeah, I just got a Vita a few months ago, and it's the first model. I didn't want to wait for the second model, just because I heard the screen didn't look as good.
Yeah, once you go the original OLED screen, you cannot go back to that like regular.
No, you cannot.
The screen is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah, because I just finished the Sly Cooper Vita collection. Because I already have the Sly Cooper collection on the PS3, and I platinumed all 3 games. I bought it on the Vita just so I could platinum all 3 games again. And it's still one of my favorite series of all time. And I'd also platinumed Sly 4 on the Vita because I have it on the PS3, but it also came with the free download for the Vita. So when I got my Vita, I got to play it again on that, and I actually platinumed it. So I was really happy to do that. But yeah, anyway, congrats again on 100 episodes, guys, and I'm going to duck out because I'm sure you got other people that want to call in, and I don't want to dominate the whole episode, so.
Well, that's been fun.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You guys have a good one.
You too, man. Take it easy.
Techno, say thank you.
Thanks.
There you go.
Peace, guys.
Peace.
Yeah. Are you guys like really excited for the, I don't know, Xbox One and the PS4?
No, not at all. Because there's really, there's nothing I want to play on it. I'm totally fine with what I have. Like, when there's a must-have game, sure, but if they keep doing this thing where, like, PS4 games are going to be on the PS3 as well, then I'm fine. I'll just buy it on the PS3. There's no, like, system seller yet for me, for either system.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I think, like, I turned on my 360 to play Ultra Street Fighter 4, like, the beginning of the week, and, I don't know, like, the new modern systems, it's just, they're starting to, like, really take their toll on me. Like, they're not really worth it anymore, or at least this is how I see it. It's just, like, my Xbox, I think it's becoming slower. And what I mean by that is, like, when I'm on, like, the dashboard and I want to view my friends and then go back to the dashboard, like, I press the B button to go back, and, like, it takes, like, longer than it should. So, like, and, like, to me, I think my Xbox is, like, I don't know, about to die, maybe. And I'm just like, oh, this is...
Conspiracy.
Well, it's just like, oh, these, like...
doing it. So you have to buy an Xbox One.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but like, it's just like, oh, really? It's like, this is not something I should be going through. Even though, like, what, I'm gonna wait like an extra 20 seconds than just 10. It's just, I don't know. It's just like, I'm just finding modern gaming a lot more inconvenient, if that's the right word for it.
Totally. It's such a pain in the ass nowadays. It's like everything needs an update, everything needs a patch. Like, go on the PS3, it's like, oh, there's a system update. I went on my 3DS for like the first time in a long time, and I was like, oh, there's a system update. And I was like, oh my god, fuck, leave me alone. I just want to play a game. Where it's like you pop in a game in the PS3, gotta install, gotta wait for it to install, or downloadable games if they're really big, you gotta wait for that. Oh, it's such a clusterfuck of like menus nowadays. And it's like the days of just popping in a game, even a disc-based game with like the PS2 or whatever. You know, just the days of popping in a game and going straight into the game and playing. That's all I could ever ask for.
Yeah, you just put it perfectly. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I think that's why, like, I'm playing more retro stuff now, and like, like I said, I played that Turtles game for the Turtles 3 for the NES, and I fucking loved it. My brother came over, and he joined me, and we played all freaking day. But, like, I popped in Ultra Street Fighter 4, and it's just like, okay, it's taking me way longer to get through these stupid menus, and, like, you have to download this up. And you know what, my Xbox 360, and this was kind of pissing me off when I was playing Amazing Spider-Man 2, it would disconnect from Xbox Live, like, right in the middle of the game. And, yes, that's not really, like, a huge issue, because I could keep playing the game, but, like, me, I want to know when my friends come online. I want to know, like, I want to be able to talk to people if they want to talk to me while I'm playing Spider-Man, but like it disconnected right from Xbox Live when I was playing that game, and I was watching a DVD yesterday on my 360, and blah blah, a little thing popped up that says disconnected from Xbox Live, like right while I was watching the DVD. Yes, that's not a huge issue, but it's still kind of like, seriously? Like, what the fuck?
It shouldn't happen.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen. And, I don't know, like, these little inconvenient little things that are starting to happen now, it's really putting me off, like, so much. Like, I'm probably just complaining for complaining's sake, but, I don't know, it's just how I feel, I guess, for, like, the new modern system. I'm having more issues with my 360 than I'm not having any issues with the PS3, but my 360 is like, I don't want to turn on half the time.
Yeah, it's a very different time. Very different time of gaming.
Yeah.
But do we have any more news articles, or was that it mainly?
I just had the 3. I don't know what you guys had, or what you guys wanted to talk about, so...
I had one.
What is it?
Well, okay. I don't remember when we talked about this. I know I talked about it, I think maybe last episode, about the, BioShock, like, sign thing that was, like, bite into an apple or something. I think Dan remembers it, maybe.
Yeah. Like, we didn't know what it was, or...
Yeah, he had no idea what they were, because, that company pretty much disbanded. But 2K was like, hey, BioShock, whatever. And then I should have known, just by the, like, what it said right there. What it is BioShock is now coming to the iOS. Whoopee.
Yay.
I'm like, who in their right mind would want to buy and play BioShock on their iPhone and iPad?
There's someone out there. It's not many, but there's someone who's like, oh my god, it's on the iOS. Yay. I can play the highly condensed version of the game. Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, there's all these companies now, and they're like, oh, let's put all of our games on iOS and Android. And, I can see, with, like, Sonic being on iPhone and Android, it kind of does make sense.
So retro games are like, yeah, like they're small enough, they're casual enough that you can play them on the go. But something as big as like a title of like BioShock, you're getting, you're getting the inferior version.
That was released in 2007.
Yeah, you're getting the inferior version, no matter the graphics, the gameplay is just not the same. You're still gonna get the story. Obviously, nothing's changing with the story, but still.
Yeah.
It's weird. I never could get used to like the mobile games that have like the virtual D-pad and like the buttons like that. That was weird.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. Like I was watching earlier on Joystick, I think it was. They did a like a comparison of the 360 version and the iOS version, and you can literally tell a difference. Like, I don't know. Whatever.
People want to play it that way, all the power to them, but just know that you're getting a very condensed version. And yeah. So is that all our news?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Man, unless we have more callers, or we don't have any more callers. I think we already talked about the games we've been playing, and
Yeah, we kind of did that a little bit first, yeah.
yeah, we knocked that out right away, which is good. We'll change the pace, but there's no more callers. That's kind of it.
Yeah, what do you guys want to end it now? Damn it, Techno, make me a fucking mod.
It's too hard.
You guys suck.
Yeah,
Never mod. Hashtag never mod Clava.
it's the best one. But,
The story behind this, you guys, is we're currently live, as we already said, moderators, and they won't make me a moderator, so now they're putting out the hashtag NeverModClava, and you guys suck.
yeah, it's too much work. You have to change to like the main account, and I'm already signed into this account. Maybe someday you will be OP'd, but for now,
Yeah.
I think that was episode 100 live. We are in the triple digits, guys. No more double digits. That is it. They are gone forever. It's nothing but triple digits from here on out.
Yeah. So, yeah, so we're ending it, right? Everyone who's joined the chat, we want to thank you. We appreciate it. And, yeah, for Mikey's Monarch and Gaming Pegasus, thanks for calling in. It's really great to talk to you guys. So
it's been a lot of fun. Hope we can do some more live episodes down the road. But for now, that was episode 100. I'm so again, for all the people who are here live, I apologize, but Twitch is just being terrible today. It's absolutely dreadful, but it's usually like that on weekends because there's all the big tournaments and League of Legends, StarCraft, whatever, and the bandwidth is just gone pretty much. But thanks for sticking it through. That was episode 100. We'll see you guys later. Everyone say bye.
bye, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Bye. I
Thank
love
again.
you. Oh, and Mikey, your image is just so kick-ass, dude. Thanks again.